quarterback, he's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Cowboys and the Lions on Monday Night Prime Time.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you all for joining us here in week number 2. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we had a great one this week, partner. One of the only games league-wide featuring 2 teams who both won their openers.
Yeah, it's been mission accomplished so far, each off to the start that they envisioned as the season began. And while it's only week 2, whoever can come out of this one with a win and jump to 2-0 has everybody in their division looking up at them.
Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
That's complete to Sam Laporta. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and that'll be first down, Detroit. From the gun, Goff. Laporta with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. A give left side for Gibbs. Scores! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
The biggest mistake he can make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a short gain. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the gun on third down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
We're working a couple yards past the line. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 42. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Back to the well again. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. From the 30 on 2nd down. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys start off well to tie things 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Lions headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 20-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Christian Harris on the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So Rigoberto Sanchez, the man who will send this flying on 4th down. Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now. Play action on 1st down. He puts everything behind this one. He had it for a moment, but a defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's second down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second and 10 now. Short pass brought in. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Looking to the air here. He's going deep. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd and 9. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Aubrey Good on the point after. And the Cowboys take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Aubrey now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And this drive will start inside the 25. The offense headed out now for Detroit. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kalen Carson with the tackle.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
And this is intercepted. And the Cowboys have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Simple dive up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's taken in by Lamb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Throw complete to Lamb. And they make the stop. I'm going to say it about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, they'll run. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Working inside the red zone. He rolls to his right. Connects with Johnson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. They'll throw it. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And they had that one contained right at the line. Kalen Carson with the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap here to Goff. On target to his man Zacchaeus. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Off play action, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing again, it's Goff. He finds the corner. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Goff to the air now. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 1-score game in the first half. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
This is ahead for about 5. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. And it's the Cowboys looking at 1st and 10. Here's a handoff off the gut. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Putting a receiver in motion. He finds Pickens left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Running this one left. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They give it to him again. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Slot receiver headed left. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's back to throw. Cut along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up third down. So we've arrived at halftime with a Cowboy. Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after this one. We're jumping past halftime and getting right back to the start of the second half. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Cowboys are being Brock. It normally means you've had a pretty darn good game.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
They go play action on first. Launches one deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And this one doesn't go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now a give left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Got 5, and now it's going to be third down and 3. He'll look to throw. This throw is cut. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know,
and he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys stretch their lead to 21.
Lions 14.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. From the gun, Goff. Got his target, it's Zacchaeus. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. They put a receiver in motion right. Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. Ooh, found a soft spot. Crosses the 25. And he'll finally be taken down right along the 40. That one hits for 30. And that gives the Lions the first.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
St. Brown's got it. Complete.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kair Elam getting there for the stop. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun. Goff. Thrown right, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Completed to his running back. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Here's the snap on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Hand off to the back. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Here's the handoff. Room inside the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys continue piling on to this lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. On 1st down, it's Goff. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after getting that pass away, he's in some visible discomfort. Training staff out now to see how serious it may be. Goff on third. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And that brings up 4th and long. The Lions readying for the punt. He's got this at the 27. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Cowboys and this running back headed back out for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Caught by the open man. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Give now to the running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. What a play on 3rd and 13. And this drive will indeed continue.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Cowboys football, and they should be able to coast through the 4th with that kind of lead. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. Another carry for him. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys keep running away with this. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again.
Lions 14. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions offense returning to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
This one taken in by Zacchaeus. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
It's now 3rd down.
Here's Goff. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. Laporta with the grab. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions putting up points in a game decided. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Lions cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, looking to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They hand this one off. And he'll be brought down after a short carry that crosses the 45. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys continue piling it on here in the 4th. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys tack on 7 more to their lead.
Lions 21. Brendan Aubrey to kick off.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Here comes their offense out again. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jahmyr record there to tack on the extra point. And the Lions cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors ready for their next series. Led out on offense by... Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got a man. Palmer has it. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Back now, pressure on its way. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Cowboys moments away from a 2-0 start. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the 2nd half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
Now this offense getting set to work here. Throwing from near his own goal line. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's out of bounds just short of the 15.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the gun, Goff. On target to his man Zacchaeus. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kaiir Elam makes the play. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returnable from the 1. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense headed back to the field. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Goff trying again here after the pick. Finds Laporta. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Goff on 1st and 10. Got his target, Zacchaeus. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. You got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Goff. A bit of desperation on this deep shot, and they pick him off again. J.C. Horn to pick it off. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defense.
They connect on the deep shot. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. And he continues to rise higher and higher as this game goes on. That's now a 500-yard performance for him. Less than 30 times that's ever happened, which puts in perspective the enormity of what he's accomplished here. So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. I'm just going to go out on a limb, partner, and say that this defense probably pretty tired of having to deal with this guy by this point.
Tired or exhausted?
Both?
Yes. Yeah, they don't have an answer. And when you've got an elite guy like this, no matter what you throw at him and he delivers, man, it puts you to sleep.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see, it's 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Cowboys throwing 6 more on the blowout. George Pickens, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys continue adding on to that lead.
Lions 28. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He finds Laporta. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. One final shot here. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road. And